This line by Ahsoka totally hit me in the feels. When she said to Luke, point blank, "You're so much like your father," I almost burst into tears. I wish Ahsoka would have gone more into detail, or Luke would have asked Ahsoka about Anakin's past and Ahsoka, what they lived through together through the Clone Wars and everything, but I'm sure that happened off screen. However, I don't think even Ahsoka realizes when she said to Luke that he is so much like Anakin, I don't think she realized this changed Luke Skywalker as a Jedi Master in the eyes of the fans, and maybe even possibly Luke himself. I mean, one Skywalker killed younglings, and the next Skywalker almost killed a youngling himself. In fact, it was his own nephew, Ben Solo. So, since Luke turned out to be such a conflicted Jedi Master, one begs the question, what if Ahsoka didn't leave in Episode 6? Episode 6, as we all know, was a storm of nostalgia. But the crazy thing is, it didn't just involve nostalgia, it involved the future as well. Prospects and nostalgia brought back together to create one hell of a Star Wars episode that we're not gonna forget anytime soon. Everything was started with Din Djarin wishing to visit Grogu and wanting to give him the gift that he had constructed together with the Armorer. The problem is Din Djarin came in the midst of Jedi training for Grogu. It is Ahsoka who first intercepts Din Djarin and convinces the Mandalorian to not meet with Grogu, since this will cloud Grogu's judgment and ultimately it will do him more harm than good. This is why Din Djarin turns around, leaves the gift with Ahsoka Tano, and does not meet with Grogu. For years, we have also wondered, since we figured out that Ahsoka remained alive even after Return of the Jedi. I remember when that moment was. This was the finale of the Star Wars Rebels animated series. That series involved Grand Admiral Thrawn, Ahsoka Tano, Ezra Bridger, Kanan Jarrus, and so forth, but the entirety of the series took place before A New Hope. Once the finale came, we realized at the ending moments of that show that Ahsoka had survived the entire original trilogy and was now going off on her own adventures after Return of the Jedi. Intersecting with that, we then saw Ahsoka in The Mandalorian Season 2. Which takes place 5 to 6 years after Return of the Jedi. Now in the Book of Boba Fett, she also appears, but she is hell-bent on her own missions. The main question after we saw that she survived after Return of the Jedi was, did she ever meet up with Luke Skywalker? By watching the Star Wars sequels and reading the comics, we realized that Luke wanted to restart the Jedi Order, a new Jedi Order under the leadership of presumably the only remaining Jedi, Luke Skywalker. Since Ahsoka does not consider herself to be a Jedi anymore ever since she left the Order. We always wondered, did Ahsoka meet with Luke? Did she ever divulge information about the past, about his father, and did she help with the construction of a new Jedi Order? If Luke is building a new Jedi Order, then who better to talk to Luke about the pitfalls of the old Jedi Order? She knows firsthand. The previous Jedi Council messed things up so bad that they let Palpatine take over everything and disappointed Ahsoka so badly that she was forced to leave the Jedi Order altogether and renounce her Jedi ways. Well, we got the answer in the latest episode. Book of Boba Fett Episode 6 officially saw Ahsoka meeting Luke. For us, it was the first time seeing these two together. So why I don't agree and I kind of dislike that Ahsoka leaves Luke high and dry at this moment. You can see in Luke's face that he really wants Ahsoka's help, kinda. He even asks Ahsoka will they ever see each other again, to which Ahsoka gives a very vague answer, saying perhaps. Stepping out of the Star Wars universe just for a second, for my sake and for your guys' sake, I want to talk about the out-of-universe explanation, which I'm not naive, I know why Ahsoka left Luke in this episode, why she went off to go on her own adventures. We know what Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are planning. We know what Disney is planning with the new Disney Plus series Ahsoka coming in, I assume, 2023. In The Mandalorian Season 2, Ahsoka revealed that she is on a mission to find Grand Admiral Thrawn. We all know that Grand Admiral Thrawn went missing together with their Star Destroyer. Both Ezra Bridger and Grand Admiral Thrawn propelled into unknown territories. What has been happening in the past 10 years with Ezra and Thrawn, we still don't know, and I'm sure that the Ahsoka series will tell us eventually once Ahsoka finds them. So we all know this will be the key focus in the upcoming Ahsoka series, and it's very possible, if not probable, Luke will be seen in the Ahsoka series too. This is the perhaps that Ahsoka says to Luke. We all get that. We all know that. It's fine for me. I know that these two are gonna see each other again. My biggest problem is that Ahsoka is well aware that Luke is starting his new Jedi Order. It is very important for the galaxy and for the Force itself to have balance, for a Jedi Order to exist just as it has existed for thousands of years. This is the chance for Ahsoka to kind of make amends for her past, feeling guilty for leaving Anakin to turn into Darth Vader. In her mind, as we see in Star Wars Rebels and in other series, she feels guilty for Anakin turning to the dark side because ultimately she knew, with the help of Obi-Wan and Ahsoka together, Anakin would have probably not accepted Palpatine as his master, wouldn't have been so frustrated and accepted the dark side of the Force. If Ahsoka felt this way then, why not make amends now and stay with Luke Skywalker on this foresty world and actually help Luke build the school that he is building? Ahsoka is right there. Ahsoka even witnessed this. She even tells Din Djarin, when it's finished, this will be a great school. She knows that a new Jedi Academy is being built. Who better to instruct Luke on his new Jedi Order than a former Jedi who actually grew up inside the Jedi Temple back on Coruscant during the official Jedi Order days in the Republic era. If you think about it, Ahsoka had a great upbringing. Even the Clone Wars that she went through made her tougher, made her bolder, and a better skilled fighter and a Jedi. In the Clone Wars series, it never seemed that Ahsoka was suffering because there was war. She actually reveled in war and conflict, same as her master Anakin Skywalker. This was the point. Anakin and Ahsoka were one and the same kinda. They were both fiery and exhilarating. Now in The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka is much more level-headed. She has matured and she has had a great story arc. This is why we love Ahsoka, but I don't agree with the decision of her leaving Luke at this moment because Luke needs all the help he can get. As I said, Yoda is gone, Obi-Wan is gone. Basically everybody that was involved with the Jedi Order back in the day is gone, or Luke has never met them. So what Luke is relying on to build his new Jedi Order are all the books and holocrons that he has been collecting. While in theory this is all fine, him reading up and being book smart, it would be much better if Ahsoka stayed and gave her 2 cents, having lived through the Jedi Order firsthand, being very close with a Jedi High Council member in Plo Koon, being apprenticed to one of the greatest Jedi to have ever lived, Anakin Skywalker. All this experience could have been very useful for Luke to know. Essentially, Ahsoka could be Luke's new teacher in a way, but in universe, Ahsoka does not give an official answer as to why she's leaving. She just leaves to take care of her own missions, which we know is fighting Grand Admiral Thrawn and finding Ezra Bridger. Out of universe, we know that the new series Ahsoka will start in about a year, so she will have her own adventures. It is possible that in the Ahsoka series, we will see her help Luke in constructing his new Jedi Order, although I doubt it very much, but I would love to know, what do you guys think as well? Did Ahsoka make a grave mistake in leaving Luke to create a whole new Jedi Order for himself, or wouldn't it have been better if Ahsoka stuck around to give Luke the extended knowledge that she has? Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. Now you can have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you. Until then.